Lions news right now dropping, and it's some big news. Brad Holmes spoke to 97 Won the Ticket. We're going to break down two of the things that he spoke about. They're kind of bombshells, big, great news, at least for our team. Positive news. I love it. Let's get this thing started. If you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. We're dropping news every single day. Also, we're going to be live for Lions and Falcons. You want to be subscribed and watch that, hit that subscribe button. Brad Holmes spoke to the media about Za'Darius Smith. Za'Darius did a lot of good things last year for us, and we said we're going to keep in contact with his agent. But you know, everything is not just one-sided, Holmes said. Za'Darius has expectations. The team has expectations. So sometimes it takes a while for those things to get on the same page, especially a guy that's been in the league as long as he has. I'm not saying he doesn't want to be in training camp, but if he misses some time, there's obviously still interest there, and we have been keeping in touch. So what he's saying is Za'Darius Smith doesn't want to be at training camp. And that's one of the things I was saying, that potentially why he hasn't signed yet if the Lions are interested in him. He's an older veteran. Maybe he wants to take it a little bit easy because he doesn't need all of those reps and to go all through that. He's been doing this for a long time. So sometimes when you're free agents, you wait for the right time and the opportunity. And it absolutely seems like that's what Za'Darius Smith is doing. But it seems like the Lions are interested. And obviously Za'Darius is interested. So I got a question for you. Should the Detroit Lions sign Za'Darius Smith? S for sign, P for pass. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do I say? Yes. Complete the defensive line. Do it. Right now. Complete it. This would be a great move. It'd be a fantastic move for the Lions to do this. We need help on this defensive line. We need more players in rotation. To be one of the best football teams in the NFL, you need to have an elite defensive line, in my opinion, to take it to the next level. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Great defensive line. Amazing defensive line. Waves of players coming at the quarterback. You give other opportunities for players to get rest so they're not on the field the whole time like Aidan Hutchinson generally is. You look at the Lions defensive line right now. I feel like there's about one player away. Because what if there's an injury, right? We know Hutch is awesome. Davenport has been tearing it up. But there's an injury history. Joshua Pascal, we like when he's on the field, but he's injured. Right? We like Hassanin. Kadeem Mohammed. But you want more so you can give these guys rest. And so this team is good at getting at the quarterback throughout the whole game and throughout the whole NFL season. They're not exhausted. And if we do this, my expectations for the Lions defense goes up even higher. I would be satisfied. It completes the defensive line. At this point, I am satisfied with the player acquisition and the talent on defense to say they can now compete, right? We've had already some injuries, but we know we just needed that one player, and that's where I'm at with there. Za'Darius Smith could be that. Having Smith, Hutch, Davenport, Pascal, just constant, would be really hard for offensive lines to deal with throughout a whole game. So by Brad Holmes saying this, he gave me significant hope that the Lions potentially could bring back Za'Darius Smith. I believed it does take two, and that's what I was always saying, is it potentially could be not just the Lions. It could be Za'Darius Smith. A lot of these veterans like to wait a little bit. They don't need to go through all the training camp. They want to take it easy. They don't want to get up early and do all that. So that very well possibly looks to be the case. And if it is, that means Za'Darius Smith could be signing with the Lions probably within weeks. And I would be happy. That would be great news for this team. It'd be great news for this fans. We got things, we got problems with this team. Where right now we're working with the offensive line, right? But we look at the talent. The secondary, in my opinion, is complete. You could do a depth player, but I'm talking about the starting, right? Safety, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, amazing. You look at the corners, I think it's great. DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold, Amik Robertson. We lost Ennis for a while, but he wasn't going to be starting this year. Great. Linebackers, Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, great. The interior defensive line, Ali McNeil's coming back quick too. What I'm hearing, he's doing great. Tyleek Williams, DJ Reader, great. Aidan Hutchinson, great. Marcus Davenport, we know what he can do on the field, but he's not healthy all the time. Joshua Pascal, not healthy. Al-Qadim Mohammed, he's not that guy. Hassanin, he's a rookie. You bring in Smith. It backs up Davenport. It backs up Pascal. And it just gives team flexibility that even if there's an injury, we have elite talent coming after quarterbacks. That's what it means. And that's what this season, it could change if we sign this guy. So again, question for you. Should the Detroit Lions look to sign Za'Darius Smith? S for sign, P for pass. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear about this one. Now let's talk about the other subject he spoke about, and that's Aidan Hutchinson's contract. Brad Holmes said, look, we'll definitely get some dialogue going soon here, but those things take time, especially the larger deals. So it doesn't look like they've really started big talks, but it's going to happen relatively soon. Doesn't matter what Hutch is going to get paid. He is going to get paid buku money. He's going to get paid, folks, by our Detroit Lions. There's not going to be, do not worry that we're going to lose him. Hutchinson will retire a Detroit Lion as long as Brad Holmes is our general manager. That extension will occur. This is not a Micah Parsons situation at all. The deal will get done. You hope it happens before the season starts, but the deal will get done. So I'm not concerned. But he's going to get paid a lot of money. He is probably going to get paid the highest contract for a non-quarterback up to when he gets paid to that point. So he's going to get a lot of money. And I know a lot of people asking me, oh no, the deal's not done yet. Are we going to lose Aidan Hutchinson because we lost Ndamukong Suh years back in 2015? No, it's not the same thing. First off, the Lions they're going to get the deal done. This is not the same situation because we had Megatron and we had Matthew Stafford, and to have 3 mega contracts is hard to do. Right? Right now, we got 1 mega contract that's in Jared Goff, some really high contracts in St. Brown and Penei Sewell, but they're not mega deals. Usually, it's the quarterbacks or the edges that get the real mega deals. Sometimes the left tackle. Obviously, yeah. Well, not sometimes. They do if they're an elite one. The next big one is going to be Aidan Hutchinson. So that would be 2 mega deals on the Lions, and that's probably all you're going to be able to do. But again, you got your mega deals as quarterbacks and edges and tackles, right? Those are the big ones, left tackles. So we would have covered that. So it's a different situation, and the Lions were in a much better situation how they operate their finances with this regime than anything that our former regimes did. There was way more dead cap space, way just overpaying free agents, bad contracts that also led to the loss of Ndamukong Suh. So don't think that's going to be the case with Aidan Hutchinson. 1,000% they're going to extend Aidan Hutchinson. Now, we could be talking about other players. That could be a problem, right? Because they got to work Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Jameson Williams. Down the road, it just continues to go up, right? Jack Campbell is going to get paid at some point. They're going to get pretty big contracts, and That's a reason why we can't bring in the Micah Parsons. That's the reason we can't trade for a Max Crosby. Because if you do that, you're going to lose that other talent. And I don't think anybody wants to lose Brian Branch. He is great, right? I can't wait to extend him. He's an elite player. You don't want to lose these type of players that you can draft. I know it sucks. We're not going to be able to have everybody. But that's what this regime can do, is they can draft replacements. Look what this. We get Isaac Tesla in the. We trade up. We're getting a player that looks like he could be Puka Nacua. We're getting this guy in the mid-rounds. St. Brown in the mid-rounds. Christian Mahogany, who looks freaking amazing in the 6th round. So we will lose a player or two, but believe in this, that Brad Holmes can draft very good. Very good. And that's another reason why when Alex Anzalone leaves after this year, not too worried about it, right? They'll just continue to draft. So don't worry on Hutch. He'll be a Lion. Don't believe that we're going to be trading for no mega Micah Parsons deal or anything like that, because it just doesn't make sense for this team as a whole. It would just destroy the great pieces that we have on this team to make it to where they would never be here again. But we'll find the talent, and they'll get it. They'll bring him in here, and we'll get it. But great news. It was a great interview by Brad Holmes. Brings me hope that we can get Za'Darius Smith relatively here soon, and Hutch will get his deal done. That's positive news. In a little bit, I'll be breaking down observations from training camp. Adios.